Hello, and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 3 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Ready?
And we are back with the 1993 Ottawa Senators. This stream has been a lot of fun as teams in the expansion draft era. And we've taken them over
24 points.
24 points, and as you can see clearly on our screen here, we already have 27. So this year's our huge success for us, I think is fair to say. We are going to push forward through this campaign and see how our point totals would do, and find out what's going to happen. As we approach the trade deadline. Is there anything else?
Since we're not too worried about the long term for us, maybe see if we can sneak into the playoffs, although I'm not too optimistic on that count at this point.
Yeah. Just simming quickly through this Buffalo game, and we won 4-1, so we're up to 29 points.
And that jumps us over Buffalo in the standings.
Is there anything else we need to talk about with this save so far?
Just trying to remember where we left off. We got nobody injured. We just picked up Larry Murphy in a trade, which is kind of questionable because he's 31 at this point, and we gave up a draft pick and Igor Korolev to get him. But
it was a load, or it was 2 years away, wasn't it?
True, yeah. It was a third rounder.
Yeah.
And we've got Sergei Zubov, and I was wondering why Zubov was a free agent at the start of the game, and it turns out that's my fault. I was doing some checking today. Somebody pointed out in the test forum that he was a free agent, and he should have been. It shouldn't have been. And it's actually something when we set up the rules to prevent the Eastern Bloc players from coming over before they actually defected. I think set the original cutoff year for that as 91 or 92. It was the season before or season after Zubov was drafted. But then we moved it back, I think, this year, and I forgot to make the change in his player history in the database that will put him with the Rangers as he should be at the start of the game. So we kind of cheated a little bit there.
Well, it's not too. This was quite the early '90s game. We got Rob Ray getting 2 minutes for roughing, along with Darren McCarty get 2 minutes from roughing, and Rob Ray and Todd Ewan drop the gloves for 5 minutes fighting. Chris King, Kevin Haylard go 5 minutes fighting. Darren Shannon then takes a 10-minute conduct. So we played hard.
Yeah, a good 90s game, early 90s.
And we ended up.
I think it was 90. I think it was 92 or 93 where that had the highest number of fights per game in NHL history.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those 2 years. And we actually injured Dave Vanderchuk, who broke his hand in the game. We only played 8 minutes, and now he's gone for 4 months.
Wow. Okay, that kind of takes a wind out of the Sabres' sails, because they got Benoit Hogue on left wing, but yeah, I'm just looking at their roster. They're really thin at forward after the first line.
Yes,
I guess they can power check over to the wing.
Board confidence update, and they think it's been a disappointing season so far, but he's happy with how we've done.
Yeah, sometimes the expectations can be a little weird with expansion teams in particular.
Yes,
he should really be happier than he actually is with us.
Our coach tells us that our goaltenders are getting more and more comfortable. Foreign goaltenders, some younger guys. Zubov is still not quite comfortable.
Yeah, it's another problem with expansion teams. Everybody's coming in new, so the mechanism in the game that causes guys to have a little bit of a delay adjusting to the team is operating for pretty much everybody on the team. And so that's why I'm really surprised, among other things, it's done as well as we have this early in the season.
Yes, we're going to do a quick game here against Rangers as well and Sim. And we can see we won 4-3 again. All right, Bob Kadalski
breaks the 30-point mark for the season.
Yes. And Alexei Zamnov scoring, Robert Lang. Well, and Ty Domi fought Todd Ewan. I think he would have got his butt kicked in. Oh, we won 4-3 in overtime.
Ewan wasn't that bad of a fighter, but definitely not in Domi's class.
Lang scored in overtime for us to win on the power play. Our power play's kicking. That's a and Phase talking about how they need to improve expansion. And we got a game here against New Jersey. Did we play this game or?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I was actually just checking our power play from at least my version of the save. That's a week or so before yours.
Yeah.
And we were pretty much right in the, well, a little slightly below average in the league for power play, but 18, right around 18%. So not too bad for an expansion team. And penalty killing, we were top 10.
Well, that's not bad. It's actually pretty good for us. I can see here that we're already on penalty kill. We killed it off. So that's, and we scored. Larry Murphy gets his first goal of the year. Just by Bob Kadelsky and Craig Simpson. 1-0. First shot of the game.
Yeah, this was kind of a off year for the Devils in real life, and I think they're pretty much in the game where they were that season, the fourth in the Patrick and a little bit above 500.
Yep, and I think Larry Murphy gets his second goal.
Second year. Yeah, there we go.
Assisted by Dennis Savard. We're up 2-0. It's not bad at all. And maybe we're going to help sneak our way into it.
Yeah, we got a little ways to go. We've got to get, we're going to have to catch Hartford, which is going to be fairly tough. They've got, about 8 or 9 points on us now, I'm guessing?
Well, Gordie Howe's not playing anymore.
And hasn't been for some time. Well, actually, no. He'd be. When did he come back and play that one game with Detroit of the IHL?
That would be 96 or 97.
Yeah, because it was the 50th anniversary of his rookie year. Might have been. So he played 97, 98, 69 years old. He looked good when he played too.
Oh, he only played a couple of shifts.
Yeah, it took a couple of shifts, but I mean, he was moving around pretty decently for a guy who was almost 70.
We have 2-0 us after the first period, and we only have 3 shots on net. So I would consider that successful.
Yeah, kind of the inverse of was it last week that happened to us in the Leafs game where we were?
Yeah.
Getting,
I'm still waiting
for shots. The other team was getting no shots on us, and we were losing anyhow.
I'm still waiting to repeat the goal from behind the net.
Maybe a while before we see that again.
You never. Although I've never seen it happen before, and I've never seen it happen since. We do have several people watching, so if you have a question, by all means, please put it in the chat, and we will answer it.
I actually just noticed something. We were doing much better than we should be, not just in relation to the real team, but our goal differential was terrible. It was minus 57 when we were at 40 games, the second worst in the league. And just going by that, we should be probably with about half as many wins as we actually have. So I think we've been a little bit lucky.
Well, in all fairness to that, we just scored again. John Drew scored. We've either won, like by 1 goal, or we've lost by like 8.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of like 9-1 games. Or at least it sure felt like it that one streak. Just every game. We're getting outshot 17-12, but we're holding steady at a 3-0 lead.
Yeah. I'm just looking back at the old, the schedule from the start of the season. Yeah, Flyers beat us, or Montreal beat us 8-0. Whalers beat us 7-1. Flyers beat us 9-2.
Yeah. John McLean.
So we're winning a few close ones and getting blown out a lot.
Yes, so it's 3-1. Well, yeah, I mean, that's going to hurt your goal differential. We're giving up 8 points.
Although we're still nowhere near as bad as Tampa's.
No. Which is exactly how it should be. As we're watching this game play out, Jeff, how are you feeling about your favorite team, the Vancouver Canucks, right in the real?
Well, it's kind of nice seeing them win a few games. I think we're something like right in front of me. We're 6-3-1 in the last 10, which has put them 1 point ahead of Winnipeg.
Yeah, well, that's not
But
right.
That is really going to screw up our draft pick this year because there's. I mean, I think actually we're technically tied with LA for a wild card spot. Although they've got a couple of points in hand, but
games.
That I mean, there's a couple of games in hand. But I mean, even if by some miracle we actually made the playoffs, we're not going anywhere this year. I'd really rather have the high pick. Yeah. Even if it isn't Nolan Patrick, there's a few. I mean, there's some guys that this year look pretty good in the World Juniors. So if you get a lottery pick there, that would definitely help us more in the long term than something in the middle of the round.
Yeah. Okay, so we end up winning 4-1. Got a goal by Chris King, third period. For us.
And that's 3 in a row for us, I believe.
All right, we are now at 33 points on the year. What it was.
And I got to ask you about the Jets, though. What did you think of the big hit?
I thought it was a clean hit when it happened. I still think it was a clean hit when it happened. He just got hit hard. If you're not familiar with what we're talking about, Patrick Laine, the Jets' young rookie sensation, I guess is a good word that they seem to be using right now.
Yeah. Pretty good word, yeah, I'd say.
Came across the middle of the ice with his head down and got hit into next week.
Yeah, not entirely his fault because Scheifele kind of put the pass into his skates, and you don't do that when the guy's cutting through the middle of the ice. Scheifele did his best to make up for it afterwards. But...
Yeah. We're just taking a quick look here, see if Joe Mullen is currently happy in Pittsburgh.
So we're trying to get all the Penguins old-timers on our roster now?
Looking to see wonder what they would want. We could give
Yeah, actually, it's a terrible year. Just checking how he actually did that season. He did 70 points that year, so he's still productive that year in real life. So I think if we can get him over, he'd probably be our number one winger, number one right wing.
Let me just put
he pushed Kadelsky down.
Great offer. They want someone on left. So what do we?
Those we've got a few of. We got Curvers, JJ Daniel, but he's our captain.
What about young, angry Libor Zabrensky?
Is that? Yeah, I think is he the one we signed as a free agent?
I think so. He's very unhappy.
Yeah, 2-star potential, but I'm highly skeptical about that. I know it was Jurkovic. Jurkovic is the guy I'm thinking of.
He's sad.
Yeah.
This is a balanced offer. I think we should try and find something. Ken Priestley.
Yeah, could try throwing that in. He's very angry with us right now and thinks he should be in the NHL.
Penguins already have 50 players. Who else?
Check their reserve list. There's probably somebody who's
they
not
have
happy or...
Dave Mickle, half-star guy.
Yeah. Career international leaguer.
Oh, we got game against San Jose. I'm just going to sim through this game. Question from the chat. Amno83. Any news on the next update?
Working on it right now. We were hoping to get a new test version out today, but ran into a little problem late in the day. So I'm hoping Sebastian and Malta have something for us to have a look at tomorrow. Can't give you a definite date then, because we're adding some fairly significant stuff to it this time, changing some things around, particularly with the strategy and the tactics screens, which we were just looking at in the game a second ago, and making those a little bit easier to understand, and how the whole tactical advantage and the effects of that are calculated. And you'll hopefully, once we've done all this, you'll be able to tell a little bit more easily what kind of an effects your tactics are having on your team, and whether or not you want to change something in mid-game, and what effects those changes are having. So that's a big part of it, and we've got doing a whole bunch of bug fixing as well. I'm doing a bunch of stuff with historical mode right now. I've been updating the database going back to before Christmas, just so we can. Adam and I actually have a little project plan. Once we get through this Senators season, we're going to be switching over to something else for our historical game, and I've been getting that all set up. So there's going to be a bunch of changes coming in the next update. Oh, and the other thing that I think they got it done yesterday, at least I'm assuming they did, because they didn't mention any problems with it to me, but we're going to have a proper stand or leaders board type screen for the international tournaments now, which has been missing up to this point.
Yeah, very exciting. But all the changes.
Yeah.
So we sent through San Jose game. We lost 4-3, and we were playing this game versus LA, although noticeably missing is Wayne Gretzky. And I'm trying to remember if he got hurt what.
Yeah, I remember. I am just looking at my game now. Severe facial cut.
Right. He was injured shaving.
Yeah, wouldn't want to mess up his good looks.
Probably used a straight edge razor. Did you say how long he's gone for?
I was injured on December 21st. It's as of January 1st, he was still gone for a couple of weeks, I think. So you should be getting close to when he comes back.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The Kings still have a pretty good team without him, and we're hanging in there with him, out shooting him at the current moment. And, oh, nope, spoke it too soon. Just tied it 1-1. Assisted by Randy Gillen, Luke Robitaille, Jarko Varvio,
yeah.
Saying that right?
Yep. Young Rob Blake on that team.
Yes. Well, it's a good hockey team. And good news is Craig Simpson comes in, snipes one to start the second period. Assisted by Zubov and Zamnov, and all of a sudden we're up 2-1 again.
Yeah, I mean, it's made a big difference getting him back. We missed him for, about 20, 30 games. He got hurt near the beginning of the year, and I think he's been pretty much point per game since he came back.
Yes, he's not...
Torn abdominal muscle he had.
Yeah, he's only 2 stars, but he has played at a much higher level.
Yeah.
Come through when we really need him.
Yeah, well, he's got really good, if I remember right, offensive ratings, so he can produce. It's just the defensive that's maybe a little shaky.
Yeah. No word on the trade-off. Amno83 asks, was this Solani's rookie year? Can you show me how he and the Jets are doing? This was Solani's.
Yeah.
And
although in this game, actually, it isn't his rookie year, because he came over a season early, because we started with 92, and the Jets were sensible enough in this game to bring him over early, and he wound up with 49 goals in his rookie year, which is a little bit down from 76, but it's a year earlier.
Well, let's keep in mind, it wasn't all Winnipeg's fault. And Scott Thornton just tied it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll take a look, see how Winnipeg's doing. They have a different team, if I remember right. They got oh wow, Robert Lang scores one immediately, 11 seconds in, assisted by Zubov, right in front of him.
Jets in this game are actually pretty good because they got, I think they got Kachuk out a little early too, and somehow picked up Sammy Sallow in was he drafted?
Rob Blake just scored to tie it 3-3.
Traded for Chris Osgood last year, so the Jets are actually a contender.
That was who they got in.
Yeah.
And who they had in real life at that time was
Essenza.
Yeah, it was. I was going to say it was Essenza.
It might. I remember. Was he? I don't know if he was a starter at that point. I'm looking it up right now, just to.
Craig Simpson scores again for second goal of the game. Playing who's
that was Essence's first big season. Rick Tabarachi was his backup.
I forgot Tabarachi played for them.
Yeah, that was right after they were coming out of that period where they had
Pokey and Bandit.
Pokey Raddick and Daniel Bertiome, who was actually on the expansion Senators, the real ones. Yeah, he was pretty much at the end right then.
He was pretty much at the end of most of the screen. Let's be honest.
No, he actually was a pretty big prospect coming out of the queue. Yeah, I think he was their MVP 2 years running or something like that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or close to it, yeah.
Well, he was.
Although he wasn't a huge prospect, but he was really, really good in junior.
And we won another game. We beat the LA Kings 4-3. Shots are 23-23. Well, that's a big win for us. We had better tactics than they did.
I mean, they've got no Gretzky, but that's still the Kings team that went to the finals in the real NHL.
Craig Simpson is 2-0. Well, the Kings they're only one game over 500.
The Gretzky injury is probably not helping a whole lot.
No.
Where are we in the standings now?
I'll take a look in 1 minute. Look through this.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my screen to get caught up with you.
Quick look at our player summaries, and we had two guys at 48 game ratings. Ooh, one guy at 38, Todd Krieger, 38 game.
Ouch, a little rough.
Nobody else was anyway. So, all right, we want to look at standings, and we can see we are ahead of Buffalo.
Yeah, I think, we passed them with that one win over them. How close are we to Hartford, though?
We are...
That's one we've got to chase down.
8 points behind.
That's doable.
We're minus 50 in gold.
Oh, yeah. That's actually come up a little bit. Don't worry too much about that.
Oh, Tampa Bay is 105. Oh, but San Jose is minus 44. So we can beat San Jose.
That's the thing people forget about this season. San Jose was terrible, too. They only had 24 points, which was the same as the Senators did.
Well,
they had one more win, so some other Senators are the ones that
San Jose came in
get laughed at
year before, right?
Yeah.
And they had, Pat Balloon.
Fat Balloon.
And let's take a look.
And that was before they picked up the Russians and turned it around after that.
We are currently in 11th. We are chasing down the Islanders as well. Boston is 43 points. Devils are at 44. So we're only 9 points out of the play. Not crazy. And we wanted to look at the Winnipeg Jets.
Right.
They're
so 17
and 5.
Yeah. So Solani's goal total won't be what it was in the real NHL this year. It's just that freakish 76 goals right at the beginning is nearly impossible to duplicate the way that the database, historical database works. So I've got him. His career tends to be a little than it actually was.
He has 52 points though in 42 games, 24 goals, 28 assists.
Yeah, still definitely their best player.
Housley, Keith Kachuk, Frederick Olson getting points. Pete Olchuk, Thomas Steen, Newton. This would be one of Steen's last years too. He retires.
was it? I thought he went a little longer than that.
Well, a couple of years, not much.
I thought I remember him playing the late. Oh, no, yeah, 94, 95 was his last year. It seemed longer. He was there forever.
Well, he retired very early.
Yeah.
Today, and still no response from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh says, no way. I cannot agree to this trade, but it's close to. Jeff, that's a lot of people hear that and they go, oh man, what does that mean? What does close to being all right mean? What could we add?
In this case, it means we probably throw in a middle to late draft pick and hope that works.
Let's try throwing in around 8 draft.
Probably too low. Anything, it tends to, oh wait, I'm actually trying to think. There is a minimum value for the draft picks.
When I put it to 6,
I don't think 8's going to do it, but you can try it. I suspect it won't be enough.
Well, 6-rounder says I think they'll probably accept this offer.
Yeah, maybe do that then. Yeah.
6. Now we got a game against St. Louis. I'm gonna just sim through this one, and we won 4-1. Good. We continue to climb a little bit closer, and we're still getting scoring from all over, which is really impressive. JJ Daniel has converted to right defense.
Good.
Final. John LeClaire ruptured his fingertip. He's at 3 months. That's
doesn't really fetch. Oh, right. LeClaire's still Montreal. I was thinking Philadelphia. So, I mean, we won't have to play against him now, at least.
Got a game against Pittsburgh here, so we want to play against Pittsburgh. Let's wait a second. There's no Mario Lemieux. Is he hurt too?
No, it's Mario, more than likely. Bicep strain I've got in the older save. I don't know if he got hurt again since then.
We'll just sim to the end of the period. Just play. Getting outshot 4-1. 6-3, 7-3, 8-6. 10-6, but it's 0-0 at the end of the first period. And we scored, beating Tom Barrasso, high school goaltender. Robert Lang, assisted by Zerba.
A little past high school at this point, but
I will never forget that. And we're up 2-0 thanks to Tom Curvers, just by Andy Brickley and John Juice. End of the second period, we are up 2-0. We'll play the third. It's just one of those things that sticks with me. I'll never forget. Tom Barrasso was the high school goalie who got drafted.
Acton Boxborough High.
Then he won Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
It's like you kind of forget he played for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, kind of like the other guy that we should take a look at some point soon, Lindros, who is happily with the Quebec Nordiques in this game.
Why do you think? What you want me to try and trade for him?
I don't think you're going to be able to get that.
We'll probably get Mark Recchi now. I wonder what the offer would have to be. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, the Nordiques are kind of scary in this game. With even, they didn't make the Force to trade to get Forsberg for Lindros, but Sakic, Sundin, Lindros, Owen Nolan.
Oh, should we try Sundin? Isn't he another one of your favorite Vancouver Canucks?
So this is your weekly Mark Messier mention. You have to figure out how to work that in somehow, is it?
I never said anything about Mark Messier. You're the one who brought him up, so clearly he is your favorite. Big sense of
Sundin at least put in a decent effort in his year here. I got no complaints about how Sundin played and kind of set us up to get into the finals the year later. Set a good example. I got no complaints about Matt Sundin.
Okay.
Messier, on the other hand,
I never brought him up. I want the record to say it. Oh, no.
Well, I cut you off this time. What happened?
9 seconds left in the game, and Ron Francis scores to break the shot. Assisted by Peter Taglianetti and Guillermo. They go for the extra attacker with 0 seconds left. We win. And we're up 3-1, which means we have 39 points on the year. Finished today. Ron Francis had a good game, extending his point streak to 25 games.
Who was it?
Ron Francis.
Francis, yeah.
I'm just going to put Billington in for this game, and I'm going to sim this game with the Islanders. And we lost 6-2 because I put...
Yeah. Well, yeah, Islanders were pretty decent this year, too. They upset the Penguins in the playoffs.
Pittsburgh has said yes to a 3.
Okay, so we're getting Joe Mullen.
Yeah, so let's accept.
And the question becomes, who do we kick off from our starting forwards? Because pretty much everybody is 1.5 stars. I think Mullen will actually be the best guy on the team, won't he? Or best forward on the team, at least. Yeah, easily.
Oh, yeah. It's actually a good pick. Let me just pick. I need to. Okay, what was the name of the other guy? Okay, he's going down.
Yeah, Dave Mikulik.
And perhaps we should send Shoe Bottom as well.
What was he even doing up? When did we? Oh, we called him up when I think there was an injury.
Got injured. Okay, let's take a look at this here.
I think we're going to have a look through the stats just to see who's been maybe dragging behind a little. And Krieger's numbers aren't looking great. Chris King's are, well, he's an alternate captain, and he's...
I guess the thing we could do is just take Todd Ewan. He's got 5 points.
Yeah, see if we can survive without the extra goon.
Well, we still got Darren McCarty.
Yeah, that actually works out pretty well for us because McCarthy's come along and done pretty well for a rookie, and he can fight, and we've still got King and...
so we're in agreement on
King
that?
At least. Yeah, I think so.
So let me just remove... once I find his name. Todd Ewan. Oh, no, I don't want to send him to scratch him.
No.
And rest. So let's move Druce down. Mikulski down. Put on. Actually, let's just let them. This isn't great. Let's see. Simpson, Lang, Mullen. Okay, basically did everything I thought except for move Darren McCarty up the second line, and I am oddly okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's developing fast enough that he's probably, he actually, I think, pretty much deserves it at this point. Is Kudelski down, what, 3rd or 4th now?
Kudelski is on the second line. I'm changing.
We worded it. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the screen to update. A couple of seconds behind here.
We got Simpson, Lang, Mullen, Krieger, Savard, Kudelski, Shannon, Zamnoff, McCarty, King, Brickley, Druce.
A little surprised Zamnoff is behind Savard, but yeah.
Let's get him as a forechecker. Ooh, a screen. Okay, me. Still gonna keep Mannequin. He seemed to be playing better.
Yeah, oddly enough, even though Billington's rated half a star higher.
See any other changes?
Just looking. Nothing that really jumps out at me.
I'm gonna change that curvers into a 2. Oh well. I'm just going to take another quick check on the trade. Rest is Paul. Randy McKay is.
Yeah, it's kind of redundant with McCarthy, though. Pretty similar players.
Oh, right. I was going to go see
McCarty, I mean.
Somebody from. Just going to see trade offer to Quebec.
You would probably have to give up
What's a right defense?
Zoom out big package.
We went. Oh man, it looks like Yashin's on that team. Was drafted by them, and Valerie Burr.
Oh wow, yeah. When did they?
Both.
Oh, they got him really first round last year. So yeah, Yashin, just a little bit of offensive talent there. Maybe actually interested in just to let this game play out after we're done with it and see what that team turns out like.
Yes, I'm just. What if I flip Larry Murphy for Matt Sundin?
I don't think they're going to go for it.
One part. Oh, Daniel Alfredson. Not very happy.
Yeah, we got him on the reserve list in the minors, letting him develop down there. Is it giving us? No, it's got the wrong level warning. Yeah, so he's maybe a little bit too good for that right now. Although he's only got half a star, I'm surprised he's getting the wrong level thing. That I'm gonna have to check that.
Okay, I got an offer here that says they will likely accept this offer. They offer Larry Murphy, Stefan Uzdorf, and a second-round pick in '94 for Matt Sundin.
You can try it. Yeah, they might go for it. Depends really where if Quebec's trying to win right now.
Let's see.
Oh, now you're just getting greedy.
Kind of. Offered.
Was Sedin hurt? Oh no, it looks like he's back. He hurt himself at the beginning of this year.
Okay, we can see. We'd have to take Serge Robert. I wonder if I take Serge Robert, that would increase. Yeah. Ooh, it's a third round. 5. Offer trade. I feel a little bit bad about.
And you are kind of cheating now because you know we're not going to be playing long term, so you're throwing around your draft picks pretty liberally.
Well, we're not going to lose Larry Murphy after we got him. It'd be kind of sad, but at the same time, if we can get Matt Sundin, and we'll sim this game through Pittsburgh. They're only 23-20-3, and we'll sim the game, and we lost 3-2. Ratcast in the chat. Did the Seals logo make it in the new game yet?
Nope, not yet. We got some issues with the historical logos for the with the NHL. The less said about that, the better.
We're working on it.
Trying to get them approved. Yeah.
Then our geeks have said yes, they will take that trade. If we,
Although I should mention that what we're using in this game is one of the logo packages from Steam Workshop, which looks really good, and I'm pretty sure there is a Historical Seals logo in there.
yes.
So if you want to pick that up, you'll be able to get the good version, correct version of it. I think there might be a couple of them actually.
So they have said they will do that trade. I'm just wondering if we should pick up a defenseman.
Well, we're going to be going back to. I mean, it's a good trade for us, obviously, regardless. But
well, we lose
we got
Larry
on
Murphy.
the reserve list. Dean Chenoweth is probably the one guy that we'd call as the only one-star defenseman. I think that we've. So we got Shoebottom too. So
I was just looking to see if we could
basically it's going to be we're going to be playing Donald Dufresne.
looking to see if we could make him defense. If we tried to trade. They have Calgary Flames have no reason. I mean, they want. We have Roman Kirk. Ooh, this is all stuff. Kirk. All right, wheeling and dealing. I have not accepted the trade yet. And we beat Minnesota North Stars 5-4. We're up to 41 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 goals scored in the first period, including 2 goals within 10 seconds. 5.
Defensive struggle then.
Oh. Jeremy Roenick has signed a 4-year, $5 million agreement to stay in Chicago. And we'll see Capitals, and we lost 5-4. Thanks to a late goal. Lost it 21 seconds.
Ouch. Have we narrowed the gap between us and Hartford any?
I'm going to check right now. Oh, the Flames will accept that trade. Which is actually a trade I don't
Okay, so
we get we get rid of Roman Tur, 4th round pick in the 93 draft for Matthew Snyder. It was a 2.5-star
do the
defenseman.
Sundin trade on top of that.
Complete trade. So we should do the Sundin trade.
Oh yeah, if you're going to get Schneider too.
All right, we've got Snyder, so we're going to trade away Larry, even though he's 4.5 stars.
4.5 or 3.5?
Or 3.5.
3.5.
For Matt Sundin, who's currently 3 star. Complete trade. Don Quebec announced trade. Massive trade. So now we got to go rebalance our roster. We are going to who do we take out? That's the question. Schneider can immediately dress. Guess he's going to take the spot of Murphy.
Yeah, 2.5 stars. He should fit in there. Pretty much. Not too much of a drop off. Although Zubov probably gets the first line, first pair spot.
Well, he probably pair with.
Schneider left?
He
or...
is.
Oh, he is. Oh, yeah, he is left. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was. Yeah. I remember him in Vancouver. He was. Played the left side.
Who comes out? Savard, I guess. We're going to take a center.
You take Denny Savard out? Man.
I know. That's hard to do. Robert Lang's having a
I'd
heck
go
of a year, so we can't take him out. And Zamnoff.
I'd go with maybe Krieger instead.
Krieger.
Or Andy Brickley.
Brickley's Krieger. What's Krieger point? Krieger has 14 points. Brickley has 18. Mr. Krieger,
Brickley's game rating's a little better. Yeah.
And at Sundin, you are in. Some Toronto fans are upset.
Sundin Senators.
Oh, Denny Savard tumbled all the way to the fourth line.
Oh, is that you cut out?
Denny Savard tumbled all the way to the fourth line.
Yeah,
so now we
surprising.
have Simpson, Sundin, Mullen, Chris King, Robert Lane, Kadalski, Shannon, Zamnoff, McCarty, Brickley, Savard, Drews.
Yeah, fourth line could actually do a little bit of scoring. All those guys are pretty good offensively.
Just wondering if we should. Change the tactics again. If we should give the fourth line a few more minutes. They're only at 8 minutes.
Yeah, maybe drop one off the third line, move it out to the fourth.
Okay, so what did I say they were at 9 minutes? 10 minutes.
I think you said they were at 8. 10 minutes now? Yeah, that's good.
Oh. 9, 20, 19, 12. No. Savard, you're just going to go Gretzky's offense. The setup man. Joe Mullen. Dang. Or you know what? I like speed. Our team has radically changed once again.
For I don't know how many times we've done that this year.
Well, this is an interesting lineup. Not going to get very too many players.
Good 90s lineup.
Who's getting Serge Robert. And we got a game against St. Louis, so I'm going to play the third period because we got Brett Hull and Aaron Shannon with a goal system. McCarty and Curvers 1-0, and then Brett Hull, of course, scores for his 27th goal of the season.
Having a bit of an off year.
Garth Butcher gets his third goal by Ron Wilson and Brett Hull. And then Czechmonic lets us Ron Sutter go, assisted by Brendan Shannon. And then Hall scores again because you had to aggravate him. And now he's got 2 goals in the game. And we're down 4-1. And Chris Joseph scored on Joseph. Chris Joseph.
Curtis Joseph.
Yeah, Curtis. There we go. Just like Greg. And we're down 4-2 playing. You asked me before about what I think of the season, so I never fully finished. They are kind of exactly where I thought they would be. A team that's interesting to watch, but still a little ways away because the young guys have 8 steps forward, not as much as I hope.
Yeah, well, I mean, how much were you hoping for your first rounder?
Well, no,
if you were hoping for more than that, you were being a little greedy.
Not Lane. The guy who I was I'm not surprised, but I had high hopes that he might be able to turn a corner with like Kyle Connor at 2014. What year is it? 2016, 2015 first round pick. Their first round pick in 2015, who played at the University of Michigan and put up a lot of points. Probably should have won the Hobie Baker. He just
hasn't really done anything this year.
Well, they sent him down to the AHL because that's where he should be.
Yeah.
He just wasn't ready for the pro game. He had high dreams and hopes of him playing on a second line with Lane and Little, but that didn't quite happen.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Hey, you gotta get there.
Yeah.
And Hellebuck's done okay for his first year as a starter, full-time starter.
Alexei Zamnov scored, so we're down 4-3. Hellebuck has been weird. And I say weird because I don't know how else to describe it. He has some games where he seems fine, and then a game like tonight, Winnipeg just lost 7-4. He let 2 goals in on the first 3 shots. And
yeah, he's young. I mean, it's good.
Brett Hall gets the hat trick because you had to aggravate him, and they're up 5.
Oops.
The biggest disappointment for Winnipeg, and Brett Hall gets his 4th goal of the year for his 30th goal, or 4th goal of the game, 30th of the year, and they're up 6-3. The biggest thing for the Jets is the goaltenders. They just haven't had anybody steal them. And now Ron Sutter scores. And I mean, and so we lose 7-3. That's the big thing for the Jets. Like, I mean, Havlik was not a long-term answer. He's doing okay in the AHL. And he'll likely be. I don't see any reason why he sign him.
Yeah, I'd assume he's going back to Europe next year if he can't get an NHL deal somewhere.
Yeah. Well, he's proving he's a good team player and he's willing to play. He would occasionally, he'd play not great, but he would just come out and steal a game you just never saw it coming. And just like play lights out. And I haven't really seen that from either of these guys. They haven't stepped up to steal. And we got a game against Hartford here. Seems like maybe the best spot to stop. What do you think after this game?
Yeah, 4-point game in the standings, yes. And play this one out and see if we can climb a little closer to them.
And, you know, you need to have a goaltender who could step up and steal you. And, I mean, Winnipeg's goaltender, whose name is suddenly Hellebuck, has played really well in some games, but he hasn't really stolen a game, despite the fact he has 3 shutouts. He got a shutout just the other night. I take that more as a great team effort than him, you know, completely closing. And Greg Hoggood steps up and gets the first goal of the game to put us up 1-0.
He's picked up a little bit since Murphy got traded away.
Well, it's nice when you can trade from a position of strength or goaltending. We have a lot of prospects in the catalog.
Until you trade them, yeah. But we got Habibulin coming up. And the way Kashmir will be good for another, at least until Habibulin's ready.
Check Monica's coming over. He keeps playing like this. Habibulin might not be needed either. Yeah. And Darren McCarty scores. Put us up 2-0. This by Shannon
good rookies.
Everything you want to see. He's playing well. And Czech Monik lets one in by a guy whose name I still absolutely love. Former Ottawa Senator Brad Shaw. I don't know. I always like that card. I have one of his hockey cards. It always just made me chuckle.
See, when you mentioned names, I thought Charlie Zalapsky.
Also. And Czech Monik lets a point shot in by and Castles. So it is now 2-2. We are out shooting 78. And, Mr. Brad Shaw scores again from the side of the hash mark. That's 3-2 Hartford. Not good. But Matt Sundin gets his first goal of the season for the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah, good timing on that one.
And so it's 3-3. Curvers with the assist. We'll probably miss Larry Murphy with his occasional offensive chips. I think Matt Sundin should help.
Yeah, more than a little. And we got pretty good offensive defensemen to begin with. Zubov's back there. Tom Curvers, too.
Yeah.
Who's actually having a fairly good season quietly.
And we continue on. Since our last episode, Jeff, we saw the Columbus streak end.
Yeah, had to happen sooner or later.
Do you think that team was as good as that Pittsburgh team? Tom Curvers with the goal. Put us up 4-3 at the end of the second. That one, was it 17 games Pittsburgh won? And was it not 92?
No, I mean, I don't think there's really any comparison between them. It's
no.
It's not to put down anything that Columbus did, but still, I'd say they're not in the same class as the Penguins were.
That was just an excellent team.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see if Columbus can hang on to that lead in the Metropolitan for the rest of the year.
That's a tough division.
Yeah. Rangers, Caps, Penguins are all right up there with them.
Yeah. We have the tactical advantage. Oh, and we scored. Robert Lang coming through in the clutch by Chris King and George Hogget. Or Greg. That's 5. That's what you need. And Denny Savard comes through in the clutch after we talked about removing him from the lineup.
Robert Lang. That paid off giving that fourth line a little more time, I guess.
Yeah, 6-3.
Take a look at the end of this. I'm not even how many points can't remember how many points we were behind Hartford, but the 2 closer after this one.
Well, technically 4 closer than we could have been.
Yeah, true.
Take a look at the standings, take a look at our points, and then we'll probably wrap it up within the same minute as we come.
Yeah.
I was going to say Carolina. Hartford's got all the momentum, but we got the lead, and that's what's important at the end of the game. We win the game 6-3, and we are now within 2 points of Hartford.
Well, we may get into the playoffs yet, especially with picking up Sundin.
We are 20-30-3, 43 points, and they are 22-28.
Oh, they've fallen off a little bit too. They were above 500 the last time.
Take a quick look at the game ratings. Everybody's the lowest is 56. So that is pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, amazing with this lineup.
Take a look at the standings here really quick. And we made up some ground. Conference, we're still in 11th, but we're only 2 points behind Hartford, who's in 10th, and we are only 7 points behind the Rangers for 8th place, and 9 points, or 8 points behind Boston for 7th. So we are by no means out of this.
Nope, we can get there.
Taking a quick look at our roster. We got our stat summary.
Yep.
We can see
no injuries, by the way. That's also helped a whole bunch.
Robert Lang has 56 points in 53 games. He is crushing it. 32 power play points. That's what you need.
Wow, that's probably.
He's got a shooting percentage of 16.2. That's amazing.
Although I have a look at Kudelski, I think it's
18.6.
come down a little bit, but in the previous game, yeah, it's even higher.
Yeah, he's 18.6. That is impressive. Darren McCarty is actually 18.8.
Yeah.
Well, that's
with Robert Long. I mean, he eventually got up to this level in the NHL, but it was until like the early 2000s when he was with Pittsburgh. So he's way ahead of schedule at this point.
Kudelski is leading us with 21 goals. Yeah, we are scoring all over the place. Zubov's got 34 assists for second, behind Lang at 37. Pervers got 26 assists. Craig Simpson is a +7 leading the team. In terms of people who have actually played most of the games, Andy Brickley is a +2.
I think he's been kind of protected on the fourth line, though. Not a lot of goals getting scored on him.
Well, he's better than
we haven't been
everybody else. Sergei Zubov is a -25, considering we're -50 in the hole. So.
Yeah, that's the amount of playing time he's been getting.
Yeah, I'm just going to go forward to our next game, and as we do, I'm just going to start wrapping this up, if that's all right, Jeff, unless we've got something.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
No, I think we've got pretty much everything covered.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager 3 stream. We stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. If you'd like to talk to us and all things franchise hockey, you can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchise hockey manager. You can find us on Twitter. We're at franchise hockey. You can come down to our official site, which is ootpdevelopments.com, where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager 3, Out of the Park Baseball 17, the upcoming Out of the Park Baseball 18, and MLB Manager, and many other games, or just the real sports as well. If you are watching this on YouTube, you found our YouTube page, which all of our streams are archived, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I think you got pretty much everything there.
All right. Well, thank you once again for coming on, Jeff, and talking the 93 Suns with us.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with the modern Leafs, where I think we're right about level with the actual teams, so we'll see if we can get them into the playoffs.
Yeah, which should be a lot of fun to see if we can. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week.